Today's number 10. That's the percentage of expected bulk my newest team member got through in about their first night. 10%, night one, before I even had the chance to get the scanner up and running to go to eBay. That is what delegation looks like when you bring on the right kind of people, and exactly why in the previous episodes I emphasized the kind of things you want to look for when you're bringing on people onto your team to do things your way, to learn from you, but to also find new ways to be more efficient and more effective. Remember, execute or excel. These things are important, and night one, this is why it matters every step of the way. Today, I also want to talk to you about what happens when multiple slow decisions all start paying off at the exact same time, because that's what happened today. While I was out enjoying some time with my family, lots of things that had been lined up for weeks started to come all the way through. But before I get into that, my name is Ryan, and I started a TCG business with over $1 million in debt. I'm here to turn cardboard into cash and move from dire straits into distro. Every day I go over the challenges and successes of growing a TCG business and what I accomplished from the previous day. If watching someone grow their business in this space sounds interesting to you, hit the subscribe button and tell the algorithm that you approve this message. The scanner piece came in today. For those of you who've been following since the beginning, the scanner piece was a thing that I've been waiting for to go from good to great on the scans. While I, could list to eBay and it would have been fine, I wanted to get this one piece done so that I could go ahead and start the process. Today the piece arrived and the listing operation will begin to level up. But here's where I want to talk about, because the scanner is just one thing. Today multiple things landed at the same time, and that doesn't happen on accident. It happens because of decisions made weeks ago that are only now showing results. That is something that you just have to get used to in business. Something that you may be working on for months, may take years, may take weeks, may take days. It doesn't matter. All of these things have a place, and when they finally do land, you feel a major sense of relief, honestly. Now, on the server, I will tell you that we've implemented since the beginning what I call the vampire model. The vampire model on the server is just one of those things where I'm proud of the name of it. I'm sure other servers do something similar. For me, it's how we make our mods. Now, when a mod does really great work, they don't just get recognized. They have the opportunity to bring in the next person. One good or great mod creates the conditions for another good or great mod. That is the vampire model. New mods are created by existing mods. The culture then replicates itself, and tomorrow I'm going to be announcing the newest mod who came through the exact same process. I'm very excited to bring them on. I'm a fan of them personally, and I look forward to seeing what they can do to help out the server. The server is also being reorganized for expansion. What worked at 500 members or 1,000 members or even 2,000 members won't necessarily carry us for 5,000 members and beyond. So we're building the infrastructure now so that growth is not going to break what we built. And the partnership conversations. I've reached out to about 3 of the 4 opportunities that we've been looking forward to all week. And today I'm targeting to close most of them, probably 3/4 of them, over the weekend. These aren't just cold conversations. They're relationships that have been building for weeks. Those close are at the last step of a long process. I think, again, by tomorrow we'll have at least 3 of the 4 done, and I already know that one is going to carry into next week, and I'm looking forward to having that conversation. Now, none of this is luck. Every one of these things, like I said, is a slow decision finally paying off. That's what building looks like from the inside. It's quiet for a long time, and then everything moves at once. You got to be prepared and be able to pivot. Now, yesterday I spent 2 hours packing 13 orders. 2 hours, and I want to talk about that number because it matters. Now, packing is one of those things that feels invisible until it starts costing you in actual time. Right now, it's on me. Every sleeve, every top loader, every label. At 13 orders, that is manageable. 50 orders or 100. That is a real bottleneck waiting to happen. One of the later orders wiped me out of 225 copies of a single card in one pull. That kind of velocity is exciting, and it has also exposed a gap. When high volume orders hit unexpectedly, they create friction across the whole packaging process. What yesterday taught me is that I need to start building a picking and packing guide now before I need it. Documenting the process is still simple enough here to document clearly, because the goal is to eventually hand this part of the process off to someone who brought on the specific fulfillment process. But when that day comes, I want a system for them, not a scramble. And that's easier now. I will tell you that the thing that kind of cost me the most time was the other order. Now, while 225 of one SKU was relatively easy, it did show a gap. Namely, how do I package this correctly? The other large order, which was I think 332 cards, that was 60 of this, 50 of this, 20 of this, 10 of this. And while it was only maybe 16 SKUs or something, it was finding the exact right SKU, getting the exact right count. And I have a counting machine, and I still did it a little bit by hand here and there. There's opportunities for growth in those ways, but I will tell you, it's even when you have a limited number of SKUs, which I already do, and you already have the cards and you have them in alpha order, it can still take a lot of time because you want to get it right. Now, I will tell you, the new mod announcement drops tomorrow. The vampire model is working. The community is about to see proof of that. But the thing that I'm going to be looking forward to in the coming weeks is how do I improve all the SOPs and guidance for the TCG side of the house, not just the server. So I'm going to be running a beta test program through a large inventory to see how it flows and how quickly and easily it works. Specifically, thinking about what the experience looks like for someone who is just starting out. It's an important note that inventory is going in, but it will not be listed yet. There's a launch plan for the personal website and eBay store that I will be sharing soon. When those go live, inventory will be ready, and that's what I'm going to be working on over the next 3 weeks. Unfortunately, our family plans had to be canceled. I mentioned last week, almost a week ago, that I spoke with my grandmother, and that was following the show, and how important it is that you reach out to those who you love, and how much you should at any time tell them that you love them. That was, as I said at the time, likely the last time I would ever speak to my grandmother. The next day she was in hospice, and now it looks like she's very much closer to the end of life. And as such, we decided as a family, my family unit, to halt our vacation plans in case of unfortunate news. We will reapply in the coming weeks as a family to go on vacation, but right now it felt like it was necessary to see what I might be needed for. Now, to get back into the business, and I can always go and talk with you guys in the comments or on the server if you ever have any questions about, just family related matters, or especially things dealing with grief, and it's associated mostly around death. I've dealt with this unfortunately a lot. I'll continue to deal with it, and I'd be happy to be there for you. Now, 3 to 4 partnership conversations are on the clock. I want to, like I said, get those closed. The picking and packing question is now officially on my radar, and I will be going into the bulk community to find efficient practices for pulling and packing large orders. I want to hear from all of you in the comments below. If you have a system that works, tell me about it. The knowledge that lives in this community, and I want to tap into that. Now, if any of this sounds interesting to you, follow the link to the Discord and let me know what successes or challenges you've had in the comments below. And as always, I'll see you next time. Same bad time, same bad channel.